Hi, everyone. My name's Meredith, and I'd like to welcome you to the Keep It Pro training call, brought to you by Networking Wisdom each and every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific for the past 7.5 years. This call is geared for the entrepreneur inside of you, the part of you that wants to grow and succeed. Here, you will not only learn business skills, but also life skills that will take you to the next level. I have the honor and privilege to introduce the creator and host of this call, Mr. Romacio Fulcher. Romacio is an extremely successful international entrepreneur, as well as a sought-after leader, trainer, coach, and mentor. Romacio not only teaches others, but he himself applies what he teaches through his intense focus and dedication, which has allowed him to achieve unprecedented success. In the 7 years I've known Romacio, I've seen him build a team of over 750,000 people. I've seen him do over $2 billion in sales. I've seen him break records in network marketing and become one of the world's top MLM income earners. Although Romacio loves the network marketing industry, over the last several years, Romacio shifted gears and entered the commodities and finance world. This change was not by choice, but rather he was guided by God to take this new uncharted path. Using a strong faith and work ethic, he has excelled at this industry as well, opening up doors of expansion that he would never have known existed if he had not followed God's instructions. Having said that, his true love is still to share his experiences and knowledge to help others achieve their goals. He is here today to do what he does best, lay out success principles and strategies in a way that is simple and easy to understand. His goal is to bless people with the knowledge he has accumulated through his own life experiences and to be an example for everyone of how consistent faith can bring great success. Over the last 3 years I've worked with him, I've seen miracles occur right in front of us because of his strong faith. He has been an incredible example for me throughout the years, and I'm honored to get to work with him day in and day out. Romacio is here on this call today to serve you, to teach you, to enlighten you. I recommend that you grab a pen and paper and get ready for what he has in store for you today. Whether this call enlightens you or provides confirmation of what you already know, you're going to want to take notes. Without further ado, let me get out of the way and introduce your millionaire mentor, marketplace minister, Mr. Romacio Fulcher. Are you there? Romacio? We can't hear you if you're talking.
Absolutely, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
All righty. Thank you so much for stepping up and being our host. I want to welcome everyone back again for another edition of the Sunday Keep It Pro training call. As you all know, it's 7 years in running now. We've been doing this for over 7 years. Can you believe it? Right here, same time, same line, every single Sunday. Listen, if you're someone that's new and maybe you're just stopping by for the very first time because a friend of yours recommended you to chime in, we welcome you with open arms. Every Sunday we've been doing this call for, as I said, 7 years. And the purpose of this call is really twofold. You're going to find that when you jump on Sundays, we teach specifically 2 areas. Number one, we teach you the specific skills that you need to get yourself to the very top of whatever it is that you're promoting. Perhaps maybe you're promoting a job. Maybe you're promoting your own brand. Maybe you're promoting a small business, a medium business, a large business. Whatever it is you're promoting, we're going to teach you the specific skills that you need to get to the top. Hint, hint, clue, clue. You're going to need skills to get up the hill. It's not just going to happen with sheer passion. You're going to need some skills, and we teach you those skills on this call. The second thing that we teach, we also teach life skills as well. What we have found on our entrepreneurial journey along the way is, yes, you need specific skills that are specific and pertinent towards what you're doing, but you also need life skills as well. You're going to find that specific skills and life skills, they both go hand in hand, ladies and gentlemen, hand in hand. And so those are the 2 things that we teach every single Sunday, and you can count on that. God whispered into my ear 7 years ago with a vision, and he wanted me to share with you all of the information that I was learning and that I was privy to, hence the different mentors and the success that I was having. In layman's terms, let me put it to you like this. It doesn't matter how successful you are. All that matters is how many other people are you teaching, shepherding on how to have the same or better success than you. And so that's why we birthed and started this call 7 years ago. So we welcome you with open arms. Listen, I want to jump right in. Today is going to be a rather short call. Rather short. I promise you, it's timely. What I have to say to you today is timely. But let me remind every single listener, those of you that are listening to us live, and those of you that are going to catch the replay. If you're wondering what about the replay, we always post these calls to our YouTube channel, which is Romacio Fulcher. So as soon as the call is over, it's automatically uploaded. You can download it, re-listen to it as much as you choose. We have listeners both domestically and internationally. And I want to let you know, guys, that what I'm going to say to you today is very simple, but it's profound. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to get a flyer up. We did not get a chance to get a flyer up in time for everyone, so you'll just have to take my word for it. This topic today is right on time. Listen, if you're just jumping in and maybe you've recently joined us, let me remind everyone that this year, we're talking about 2023, this is the year of right now. I'm not going to go back and do a synopsis of what that means. By now, each and every single one of you should be fully up to speed on what that means when you hear that. The year of 2023 is the year of right now. And, guys, we are not backing down. We are not shying away. We're not backing off from that. We are expecting. Write this down. If you're listening to me, write this down. We are expecting full 1,000% miraculous miracles to take place in our lives, both financially, spiritually, health-wise, relationship-wise, whatever it is. This is the year of right now, the year of 2023. Now, listen, I got to be honest with you. It's very easy to say the words that this is the year of right now. That's probably the easiest thing to do, is to say, hey, this is my year, the year of right now. It's very easy to declare that. It's very easy to utter those words. But the tough part is to make the decisions backed up by the action, i.e. faith. The tough part of when you say that this is the year of right now, this is the year that it happened for me, this is the year that it happened for you. The tough part is to align your decisions backed up with your actions. Somebody say faith. To align your decisions backed up with your actions to actually move in agreement with what it is that you declared when you said this is the year of right now for you. Again, we've been screaming this every single Sunday on every single call, on every single flyer. We've told you this is the year of right now. It's bold. Yes, it is bold. It's provocative. You're right. It's audacious to come on and say this is the year. But why not last year? No, this is the year of right now. That's what God told me. And I'm not backing away from it. I'm not punking out. As they say in East Oakland, don't be no punk. Okay? Don't be no punk. Ain't no punk here. This is the year. It's easy to say that, guys. But it takes a strong man, a strong woman with broad shoulders, with your chest up, with your head up and your chest out. It takes somebody, it takes a very strong person to align your actions with that statement. What does that mean? It simply means for you, it's easy to say this is my year right now, but it takes a big person to start acting like it, to make decisions, to either stop or start something, or either stop or start. I don't know. I don't know what your right now is, but I know that God responds to faith. And the enemy, i.e. devil, he responds to fear. And so I'm telling you guys, this is the year of right now. And I wanted to come on here today and really be a strong voice For those of you that you've been saying this is your year right now, you've been doing your part the best you know how, and the manifestation still has not shown up yet in your life. I want to come on this call today and let you know the theme of today's call is don't quit, but pivot. Don't quit, but pivot. One more time, don't quit, pivot. So you've got to get the notion, whatever it is you're believing for, whatever it is, you have got to get the idea of quitting completely out of your mind. You just got to divorce yourself from the words QUIT. You're not a quitter. When you were born, you don't come from a quitting royal family. That's not where you come from. You're royalty. You're not a quitter. Repeat after me. I am not a quitter. Now listen, I don't know what you're believing for. I know what I'm believing for. I know what's going to happen in my life. It's already happened. It's happening now. There's something called a process. There's something called a process. You've got to go through the process first. And the process is the part that's unknown. That's the part that it's a little fuzzy. You're not extremely clear of exactly what process do you have to go through. And some of you, you're going through the process and you're saying, how long? How long? But how long, guys? But how long? I want to come on here today and tell you, don't quit. Just pivot. Don't quit. Just pivot. Don't quit. My words is very simple today. Don't quit. Just pivot. Once you've divorced yourself from the idea of quitting, as they say, if you plan on taking the island, then burn your boats. I love when the little boy says, hey, my plan B is plan A. My plan B is to make plan A work. I don't have no other options. This has got to happen. And see, I want to encourage you to develop that mindset. It's got to happen. It's guaranteed to happen. I'm willing to die for it to happen. See, that's strong faith. That's real strong faith. And that's what it's going to take when you have big dreams, when you have big goals. That's what it's going to take. I mean, let me remind you from a spiritual perspective, the sacrifice that God made just to create you and I. You do remember what happened, right? God gave his only begotten son, someone that was innocent, someone that was perfect in all his ways. He had to be sentenced to death in order for you and I to have the liberties and the freedoms that we have today. So what's my point? My point is there's going to come a sacrifice, great sacrifice. With great sacrifice comes great reward. Write that down. With great sacrifice comes great reward. But you've got to get your mind out of the idea of quitting. No. There's no quitting you. It's okay to slow down, but you can't quit. You can't quit. So you pivot. You pivot. You pivot. I want to talk to you about the word pivot. See, once you've completely gotten it out of your mind that I'll never quit, whatever the mission is, whatever the vision is, it's got to come to pass. It's got to come to pass. God is not a trickster. He didn't put those wonderful ideas in your heart. He didn't put that wonderful vision in you only for it to die and never, ever come alive. He didn't do that. But what you've got to do, ladies and gentlemen, what you have to do is you got to also understand the power of pivoting. And it just means, hey, I'm not quitting, but you know what? Instead of me going north, this time I'm going to go west. Instead of me trying to do it this way, now I'm going to go over here and try this. I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try that. And I'm going to keep trying. Like the little boy said, how many times would you give a baby, how many chances would you give a baby to walk? As many times as it takes. So when you have to pivot, ladies and gentlemen, that's just what you have to do. But you're not quitting. But if you have to pivot, you pivot. And the reason why I felt it incumbent upon me to bring this up to your attention today, because we're in July. And we have, maybe five more months left to go before we reach the end of this year. And some of you, here we are, we're at the midway point of the year, and some of you have started to quit. And I wanted to remind you, don't you dare quit. Get your faith back. Get your strength back. It's very important. I know you may be going through tough, perilous times. I know you may be going through something that it's just so it's unimaginable. Let me tell you what that means. That means you are right there. You are right at the breakthrough. When the enemy begins to attack you from all different types of ways, that's how you know you're right there. That's why we had to do this call today. And that's why we had to keep this call stupid simple. Don't quit, just pivot. Don't quit, just pivot. That's why we had to say this. See, somebody domestically, somebody internationally is literally, I can feel you. You've been going through this thing. You've been believing for this thing. You're not just talking a great talk. You really are walking that walk. You are putting your money where your mouth is. You are putting your actions where your mouth is. God sees you. The universe sees the sacrifice you're making. We see you. Yes, we do. I know it may look like you're going unnoticed. It may look like no one is recognizing you for the work that you're doing. No one is honoring you the way you deserve to be honored. I know what you mean. And you're sitting there saying, God, but how long? I want to remind you, God is still, he's developing you. He's developing your character. I know we all hate that word. We hate it. What do you mean, my character, man? He's developing your character, your patience, your strength, your flexibility, your cadence. Ooh, he's developing you on an emotional level. He's trying to make sure that you got it versus it having you. Trust him. I want to remind you, trust the God that we serve. He's a wonderful God. He will not fail you. Don't quit. To birth a human being, it takes about 9 months. But to birth an elephant, it takes about 15. So it might just be a little while longer. But I can tell you, you can't quit. When all hell starts to break loose and everything is breaking loose, everything is jumping off, unexpected challenges are happening in your life. It's just coming out of the blue. And you're saying, wait a minute, but Lord, I'm trying to walk this thing out. I'm trying to manifest this vision that you gave me. I'm doing it. What's happening? Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. I just came on the line to remind you, don't quit, just pivot. Don't quit, just pivot. You know, ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all may think these calls are kind of crazy, cuckoo, funny, whatever, and I'm so glad that I'm a strong enough man that I don't care what other people think. As the man said, once I consult with man, so I'm not concerned with, but because I'm telling you, there's somebody on this line that understands that everything in the physical, it first starts in the spiritual. There's some mature person that's standing in the gap with us, believing for your manifestation, believing for your strength, your encouragement, believing for doors to open for you. There's somebody interceding that you can't see, that you don't know, that they are pressing the mark for you. And that's why I came on here for you, just to remind you. Maybe it's best that we don't physically see each other. Maybe it's best that all you get to do is hear my voice. And let this be a voice of confirmation. Don't quit, just pivot. Don't you dare think about quitting. Now, you may ask the question, well, what do you do, Romacio, when it gets real tough? Have you ever gone through what I'm talking about? Man, I'm going through it now. What are you talking about, Frank? I'm going through it right now. Absolutely. And what you do, first of all, quitting never comes up in my mind. See, I don't know where I get this from. It just reminds me of when I was a little boy. I was always very persistent. See, that's probably the reason why I've never drank alcohol or smoked any drugs or anything like that. Now, look, I'm not against people, and everybody has challenges. Trust me, I got my challenges. It's just not drugs and alcohol. Okay, but I can tell you, I was always a very, very, very persistent young man, and I'm not always saying in a good way. If I want something, good or bad, I'm very compulsive. I'm very persistent until I get it. I've always been like that. That's probably why I got spanked. That's right. Yours truly got spanked more than any of my other four brothers. Literally, I'm talking about if you open the thesaurus or the dictionary and you look up the word whooping or the word spanking, you're going to see a picture of my face right there. I promise you. I'm definitely the one that literally, I'm definitely the one that got more spankings than anybody. Because I just have a very persistent personality when I want something. It doesn't matter if it's bad or good. I just won't stop until. So for me, it's not customary for me to quit. But I don't sign up for everything. I don't say yes to everything. I'm not one of these guys, yes, I'll do it. Yes, no. I'm the type of person, I'll tell you no long before I tell you yes. But when I say I'm going to do it, oh, man, I get married to it. I do. I take it personal. It's my character. It's the fiber of who I am. It's everything to me. When I told my mom and my dad I would be the best when I dropped out of college, I took that personally. And I've strived in everything I've ever done to make them proud of the kid that they rose. When I told my mom I would do this, when I said I would do that, when I told God I would do, see, I'm not a quitter. I don't hang around quitters. I don't talk to quitters. I don't spend no time with quitters. And you got to understand, you can't even be entertaining the thought of quitting. So what do you do? What do you do? And the answer is what you do is you fall flat on your face and you reach up and you ask God for direction. You ask God for guidance. You ask God for confirmation. You ask God. You say, listen, you give God his words back to him. That's right. You repeat back to God what he told you that you could count on. You give him his word back. That's what you do. That's what you do. And what God promised you and I, he didn't promise it with conditions. He didn't say, if you would be a perfect little Johnny, I'll then bless you. He never said that. He never said that. I'm reminded of the prayer of Jabez. Long story short, Jabez in the Bible. The name means pain. His name was Jabez. The name means pain. And he said, Lord, I want you to bless me. I want you to bless me. What do I got to do? I know you're going to bless me. And then he learned, in order to get the blessing, he had to ask God to expand his territory. Because when you ask God to expand your territory, anytime you want expansion, you need blessings. You need money. You need money to facilitate expansion. What am I saying to you? I'm saying to you, you've got to learn how to speak God's language. You've got to learn how to speak the language of prosperity, the language of blessings, the language of right now. You've got to learn it. Well, Hot Jimmy the Dog, you learned how to speak English, didn't you? And you got to learn how to speak God's language. And I bet you didn't even know he had a language. You got to learn how to speak God's language. Because his word does tell us that we can call on him and he would be a right now God in our present situation. He's not a yesteryear God. He's not an Old Testament God. He's a right now omnipresent God. Right now. But we've got to learn how to speak the language. We've got to learn, and we've got to have faith that when we hear it, to act it out. We got to have faith to act it out. And so what do? I reach up. I fall on my face. I cry out to God. That's what I do. I cry out to God. I cry out to God, and I reach up for understanding. The Bible says in all that getting, get an understanding. And I know, God, you didn't trick me. I know you ain't trying to fool me. I know you ain't trying to, make me chase things just for the sake of chasing. I know you wouldn't do your child like that. No good father would do that. So therefore, there must be something I'm missing. So in your word, you tell us to reach up to you. You said call out to you. You said to us, God, that you would teach us new things that we did not know. You would reveal stuff to us that we did not know. Well, Lord, I'm reaching up to you. I need you to reveal information. I need you to tell me who to call, where to go, what to do. How do I do this, Lord? I'm doing it in your name. You told me to do it. I'm doing it. You told me to come boldly before you. That's what you told me. You said come. You didn't say come all helter-skelter, unsure, not real. You said come boldly before your throne. Well, here I am, Daddy. I don't know what I don't know, but I know you gave Jehoshaphat a revelation. You gave Moses a revelation. You gave David a revelation. You gave Abraham a revelation. You gave Joseph a revelation. You gave Daniel a revelation. You gave Martha a revelation. But I surely know you got a revelation for me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you catch this recording, I hope you re-listen to what I just said. I hope you transcribe it. I hope you write it down. And I hope you personalize it just for you. Because you asked me in spirit, what do I do as I'm going through tough times? I fall on my face, I reach out to God, and ask for greater revelation about my situation. That's what I do. Because I know he wouldn't trick me. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. But I want you, listen, we're about to end this call in 60 seconds. I want you to go re-listen to this call. I know we kept it short for a reason. I want you to, he told me to come on here and tell you, don't quit, just pivot. Don't quit, just pivot. Don't quit, just pivot, baby. But you got to listen to this call. You got to pay attention. Stop thinking it's about me. It's about you. Listen to this call. Re-listen to this thing. Stop acting like you too good. Stop acting like you too bad. Stop acting like you too late. Stop acting like just because you don't talk like me that this word ain't for you. This is for you. Now follow instructions. Re-listen to the call as soon as it's uploaded to YouTube. Re-listen to it. There's a message hidden in here just for you relative to your situation. But don't you dare. Don't quit. Just pivot. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the California Kid. I love each and every single one of you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next week. Goodbye, everybody.